Jen Psaki had another great moment, another great interaction with Peter Doocy, the Fox News White House correspondent, during the White House press briefing. Let's take a look.
Following up on something that you just said, you said that the president's going to have a virtual meeting with House progressives to talk about how this Build Back Better package is now going to be smaller than $3.5 trillion. But you have been saying that it costs zero. So are you now admitting that the plan does not cost zero? Or is it less than zero?
Well, let's not dumb this down for the American public here. What we're talking about is how much the top line investments are, which are all paid for, so therefore it costs zero. No matter what the cost or size of the top line investments are, we have ways to pay for it. So the point is, that's important to the American public, all of your viewers too, is that this is not going to cost the American public a dollar. We're going to pay for this by asking corporations, the highest income, so people under $400,000, I should say, corporations' highest income, to cover the cost of these necessary investments.
So just to not dumb it down then, does the plan cost nothing or is the plan free?
The plan costs nothing for the American people who make less than $400,000. If you think that companies that paid zero in taxes last year, 50 of the top companies should continue to pay zero in taxes, we're happy to have that debate.
And then just one more, Jen, thank you.
So you've got to love clips like that where Jen Psaki can call Peter Doocy, and I'm not making that guy's last name up. His last name is Peter Doocy, and his father also works for Fox and Friends. That's kind of why he was hired for that role. It's a bit of nepotism going down at Fox, all sorts of isms going down at Fox News. It's a disgusting company, which is really interesting. Just a side note, we've been talking a lot about Facebook and about how they're intentionally going for profit over what's best for the people. Like, how are we not investigating Fox News? Like, the worst spreader of misinformation in the history of the world. And we're like, Facebook. And they're protected under the whole, we're a news corporation. We're journalists. You have to respect our independence, when they're not independent at all, right? Their corporate overlords is exactly why Peter Doocy is asking that type of question, right? Like, oh, what? Like, is this thing going to be free or what? Like, you communist socialist, like, tyrants, is this what's going on? What he's doing there is he's making the conversation, he's misleading us and purposefully making it a muddying the conversation, because the people, like all those hosts at Fox News who rake in the millions, and the Fox News executives are going to be the ones who are going to be paying for this. Because Biden's like, no, corporations and people over 400,000 who make over $400,000 a year are going to be paying for this. Sorry, I just had to check to make sure my audio is recording. It's a one-man operation here. It's all good. So, of course, Peter Doocy, right, the Fox News kind of like hitman, is like, I'm going to go muddy up this conversation. So, Jen, you're telling me it's going to be free? What? I don't get it. And Jen's like, oh, okay, you want to play dumb? Don't be dumb. Don't dumb down the conversation. Like, so great. And then how Jen manages to flip it and say, oh, let's talk about corporations. You want to talk about the top 50 corporations who didn't pay any taxes last year? Let's have that debate. And you could tell that it gets to Doocy, because as soon as she brings up the corporations, Doocy is, another question. I have another question. No, don't talk about the corporations, because Fox News and Republicans like to, we protect small businesses. We know about business. No, they know how to rig the system so that those top 50 businesses don't have to pay any taxes. No, Jen, another question. Of course you guys don't want to have that debate, right? Is it free? What? Don't be dumb. Don't be dumb. Thanks for watching all the way through. Again, my name is Brendan Plank with Reflect. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.